Welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the Aflac Kickoff Classic and a showdown between two teams they call the southeastern coast of this great country home. Hello and welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. He'll pull it down and run. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
He does a really good job with that mesh point. The mesh point is when he sticks it in the running back's belly. When he pulls it, he gets downhill quick to chew up some quick yards. Nice play early in this football game.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Guys, let's step back here and chat Virginia Tech. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He's got first down yardage as they move into the 44.
Wow, what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on the 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Last season, Kyron Drones really didn't play to the level he or Virginia Tech expected for him. Jesse, what does he need to do to return to his 2023 form?
It's consistency and avoiding the negative plays, avoiding the turnovers, making the throws you're supposed to make. There is no question physically, Kyron Drones has all the tools. When you think back to a year ago, if that Hail Mary stands against Miami and they get that win, maybe the season ends differently for Virginia Tech. This is a special talent. He's got to be more consistent.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Gets the back moving. Looking for a man. It's Drones. He'll take a shot. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll bring it out. It's Bennett. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. To throw on first down. Got his man quickly. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll move the tight end. Running back searching for a hole. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
To the air, it's Sellers. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but...
Trying to beat the D deep. Catch and stride inside the 15. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
The Gamecocks will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Virginia 10-3.
Fair catch called for and made. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Hold it, finds his man on the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
I really like the slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
Toss sweep to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. Tight end now in motion. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got some room to run. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And how about this defense, man. You talk about providing a spark and some energy. They make the big interception. I think most importantly, Jesse, set their offense up in ridiculous field position.
And that's one thing this defense practices so much throughout the week, right? It's creating turnovers. They are so opportunistic on that side of the football. They've got athletes. They've got dudes that are dangerous once they get the ball in their hands, and you saw it right there on that tremendous return.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Might be changing the route. Wide receiver comes in motion. To throw, it's Sellers. Pressure coming. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. And you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
South Carolina, 14. Virginia Tech, 3.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Stewart. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. The Hokies just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Give to the back. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line. They'll line up for a second down play.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, South Carolina, 14. Virginia Tech, 3.
He'll pull it on the read. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job by the defense, shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. He'll take it himself. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. And the Hokies in the hurry-up. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. The big fullback's got it. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback who blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him. Let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that first down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, wait.
And he is going down here, but we have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. And the offense grateful for that penalty if they can just move it one more yard to get it in. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Touchdown, Virginia Tech! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. They get the score and maybe a little extra time with the trainers in recovery after the game as a result of that hit.
He's going to be taking an ice bath after this game. This is a physical defense, and this quarterback knew coming into this game he was going to have to make plays like that. He knew he was going to get hit. He knew he was going to get punished, but you're just seeing so much maturity. It's so impressive watching this quarterback play from the pocket.
And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Texas stopped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Austin city limits. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Here's the pressure. And as he throws. The Big Ten schedule sort of ate these guys up last year. They're looking for a better performance this time around.
Yeah, and it eats a lot of people up, obviously being such a tough conference. But if you look at the way you start the season, a lot of times, man, that's when you build your momentum. That's when you build your confidence. If you can hang around, be competitive, sometimes the way you start, Palmer, it just lays out the rest of the season for you.
And they know they just got to be a lot more physical this year. That schedule did beat them up last year, but take a look at this year's schedule. A lot of those same teams, they're right there again. They're going to get another crack at them. They've got to be better in the trenches this season if they want to win a Big Ten championship.
And the Gamecocks need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Unloads to the wideout. Misses receiver there, it's incomplete.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down. That
looking deep down the right side. He's got it in more than enough for a first down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The Gamecocks want to crank the tempo, trying to impose their will with the run. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. Quick strike through the air for the score.
one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Drones. Gonna let it fly. He's got it on the left. Hits the crease. Touchdown, Hokies. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away.
Virginia Tech, 17.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Bennett. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the Gamecocks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. It's a seam wide open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
And the Gamecocks are marching down the field. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Bought a little time, lets it go. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll move the wide receiver. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Virginia Tech.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48. Gamecocks really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Just going to keep it after the snap. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. And the Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wide receiver going in motion. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, South Carolina.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. 4th and 1 is one thing, but 4th and 2, sometimes the coaches sort of chicken out at the last minute. Not this time. They go for it and they get it.
I don't disagree. Just that 1 yard does make me think a little bit more. But, dude, I'm going for this. I work on this every single week in practice. I know I get the extra down now, so my 3rd down calls are even different. The 4th and 2, I like the aggressiveness to go get it.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and put a positive play.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on in the 2nd half.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Quick strike through the air for the score.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going right to work up top. Gonna take a shot. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Off play action on first down. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown Gamecocks! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
What great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Virginia Tech, 17.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. To the air, it's Drones. He's looking deep. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining clock.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that. They're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
Going to swing it on second down. He's not afraid to go deep. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
South Carolina, 35. Virginia Tech, 17.
The Hokies will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Bennett. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. At the 40, there he goes. Wide open on the right. Touchdown, South Carolina. And the route is on.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Always expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Hokies with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Pulls it and fires to the left. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Faced with a third and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Wants to throw. It's Drones. Sends it downfield. And it's a pick. No, he's out of bounds. Couldn't stay in bounds after catching the ball. It's simply an incomplete pass.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
You want to talk about a decision that could blow up in your face, going for it inside your own 40. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Give to the running back. Fighting off the defender. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
The give to the left. Thrust that arm out. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 29.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to believe the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
This defense has got some monsters up front. Individual athleticism. You see guys winning their one-on-ones. They're getting pushed. They're swimming the offensive lineman and then converging on the running back.
Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on down.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Gets it past the marker. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Tough, physical, hard-nosed running gets into the 34. The Hokies are in the hurry-up.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently.
Facing a third and long. Motion from the wideout. Looking to pass. It's Sellers. The throw to the outside is complete. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
There are a lot of offenses out there that will probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds. The Gamecocks in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Going deep. Hits him in stride at the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Well, these two have been absolutely unstoppable in this game, and it just feels like every time this guy drops... throw. He's throwing it to one guy and one guy only. The defense cannot stop him. He has been a matchup nightmare all game long.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. They'll run it on first and goal. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And And the offense, they're just trying to be physical. They're trying to run this ball in down close to the goal line. The defense, though, they're having none of it.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Working that wide receiver screen. Touchdown Gamecocks. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point. Game 1 going exactly how they scripted.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Heath. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Stewart. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, a big key for the defense coming into this game was could they impact this guy when he drops back to pass. We all know he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in all of college football. They weren't sure, honestly, if they were even going to be able to get him to the ground. They just wanted him to get rid of the football earlier than he needed.
Free up the gut. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the touchdown, Virginia Tech. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And, man, what a game-changing type play. The offense throwing the football deep in their own end, and they're probably thinking to themselves, hey, let's just get some more space. Let's try to get a 1st down and give ourselves room to work with. What an individual effort by the receiver after he had the ball in his hand, taking it all the way, coast to coast on that touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Bennett. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try the run. Running to Green. He now has 85 yards on the day, and the defense has been getting a steady diet of this dude on opening day.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back.
Lets it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. It's a reverse. Slithers into space.
Wide receiver on the carry. First down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, South Carolina 49, Virginia Tech 24.
So 1st down will open up the final period. They go to the ground. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
Motion from the wide receiver. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Slings it downfield. They pick it off, and this defense a much-needed play.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love...
He lets it fly. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart, because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays, because they are definitely playing the deep ball.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Open space at the 25. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And the Hokies come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass, it's Drones. Dances away. The throw. He makes a grab. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down marker. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. The give on the option. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Yeah, nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? The give to the big fullback. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hokies!
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Sam Houston was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen in Huntsville over the years. It's a win, but it honestly lacked any real style points. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Harbor.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Got his man downfield. All out of space. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's going to throw deep right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
To the air. It's Sellers. Get it out on the screen. A 6-yard pickup that leaves him with 3rd and 4.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Turning it on. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds.
And this offense does it again on third down. They have been so elite on third down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or
touchdown Gamecocks! And the punishment has been extended.
Salt into your wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And the extra point splits the uprights.
South Carolina, 56. Virginia Tech, 31.
He'll bring it out. It's Heath. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
And the Virginia Tech offense will take over. First and 10.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. To the air, it's drones. Here's a Heat. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it up to 25. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job at getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
He'll bring it out. It's Bennett. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. Snags a quick pass on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
And the Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass, it's Sellers. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. For a quarterback, those mechanics need to be second nature, but sometimes they can get a little rushed.
Yeah, and we've seen that. We've had spin sessions on the field before games with Jesse, and just gets on that back foot a lot and just can't stay consistent at all. It might be the hair gel weighing him down. But that back foot just starts to slide in there. Mechanics get bad, sloppy.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes the grab. It's Bennett. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the score.
Yeah, it's that bend don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
It'll be 3rd and long. Leaves it with the back. Breaks the tackle. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on 3rd down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Shakes off the defender. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute, get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now, to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.